Hi Foxes, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Brittany. I am also known as SHOPFOXBURROW on sites like Poshmark and Instagram and Etsy and over here on YouTube. And today I am back with another Stitch Fix unboxing. So I have, I kind of like paused my Stitch Fix over the summer. Just really wasn't feeling their summer selection, so I went ahead and hit pause, and then come fall I turned it back on. So I had a Mommy and Me Stitch Fix unboxing with my son for back to school, and that was a lot of fun. I did get one thing that I kept out of that box, and then all of a sudden it was time for another box. So here we are. And I'm actually, this is a small box, but I'm actually really excited about at least one piece that is in this box. It is something that I've been seeing in their like style suggestions for over a year now, and just like trying to hunt this item down and not being able to. And so I don't know if they got it back in stock or what was going on, but I'm so excited to get this item. So let me go ahead and open up my Stitch Fix and show you what I got this time. If you are not familiar with Stitch Fix, which I would be surprised, but if you are not, it is a styling service where you can basically fill out a questionnaire and they'll send you items that are your size and hopefully your taste as well. And they recently also added a feature where they will show you like 10 items that your stylist, which I think is a computer, picks out for you, and then you can say yes or no to any of them. So if you really like any of them, you can add them to your box, and then you get 5 items per box. So your stylist, let's just say you picked out 2 items that you liked from their like algorithm choices, then your stylist would add in 3 other items that were hopefully to your liking. And so that is what I did. I picked 2 items that I liked in their little like suggestions fill a box, and then my stylist sent 3 items. So let's see what I got. First up is a paper moon top. This is a cute color, and it's actually more of like a maroon color, but the light is just like really bright, so it's just not picking that up great. But I like the little flutter sleeves. This is pretty sheer though. Like I can, I mean, you can just see pretty well through that. Like you can see straight behind me. So even when I hold it up, it's like through 2 layers. I can still see the camera like lens thing reflected at me. So this is probably a little too sheer. It's also polyester crepe, so not a big fan of polyester, which I have told them multiple times, but this is a cute style, and I do like the little ruffle shoulder. If you don't mind wearing polyester, that's fine, but it just kind of makes me sweat, so I don't know. So this is the top, cute, but I do have this problem a lot where if things aren't quite right here, it will like bunch right there, which this top definitely has. This top, cute, but again with the like, it ends up looking like that on me after a little bit of wear and use and stuff like that, so that's a no. This one also pretty cute, but more of a summer style. These are the things my stylist put in. This is 41 Hawthorne, size large. Let's see what this is called. This is the Valencia mock neck blouse in light blue. And yeah, just like a pretty little floral pattern. Again, polyester, kind of sheer. So this is the, I think it's 41 Hawthorne top. You could also button it up here. Let's see if I can actually get my fingers to do this. Yeah, so you could button it up and then it would have like a little keyhole, or you could leave it unbuttoned. And this one is fine, but again, you know, polyester, and I actually don't like it buttoned up. It's like too close to my neck with the little ruffles. Looking more for fall stuff right now. So this I put in. So I really like this like William Morris-y, William Morris-y style print. If you don't know William Morris, he is a like pattern and textile and wallpaper designer from like the late 1800s. He did the Strawberry Thief print with the little birds and the strawberries. A very well-known, like renowned printmaker, and a lot of his styles have been like kind of duped through the years. So this is by 151, and it's an elastic waist. These are the Margaery printed wide leg pant in orange. And oh, did they not have pockets? Why do they make women's clothes without pockets? So frustrating. Like, I have things I need to put in my pockets. I don't constantly want to be carrying my phone in my hand, or, you know, have a purse on me like all throughout my house or at work all day. Like, pockets, y'all. So these are really cute. And they're like a wide leg, and then they have that tassel and the tie. So I put these in my own box, I think hoping that they had pockets, and they do not. I don't like synthetic fabrics, but rayon is kind of the exception to that. And rayon is actually based in a natural fiber, so this is 100% rayon. So I do like these, and I'm gonna try them on, and we'll see if I like them despite them not having pockets. So these little pants, they're cute and they're a good length on me too, which is kind of hard to find. They're like just on the floor, just like a tiny bit. So, yeah, they just, I mean, even my pajama pants have pockets, so I feel like I just can't keep them, because they just don't have anywhere for me to put my phone. And if I don't put my phone in my pocket, then I always lose it, and then I have to go to my iPad and be like, find my phone, and it's just a whole ordeal. So these are cute. I really do like this print. I wish there was a little more structure in here, but I could live with that if it had pockets. So that is the downfall of these. So this is the item that I was so excited to get. These are by Driftwood, and I know I'm looking for fall items, but I have wanted these shorts for so long. They are like a daisy print, a daisy embroidery, and they're by Driftwood, which is my favorite jeans brand. These are the Cheryl embroidered frayed hem short in indigo. They are a size 12, or a women's 31. And yeah, just really excited to get these. I hope that they fit and that I like them. The daisies aren't as well defined as I might have hoped, and they're a little bit fuzzy, so we'll see. I did end up buying some daisy shorts from Shein, I think almost two summers ago, when I couldn't find these anywhere, and I really, really wanted them, so that's how long I've been looking for these. But yeah, the shorts, I do wish the daisies were a little bit bigger, like more well-defined, but, and I wish they had little like yellow centers instead of all being one color, but that inseam is just right for me. I have another pair of Driftwood shorts, and they're my go-tos, and I do like these, so I think I might have to keep them. So yeah, you've got decent pockets in the front and decent pockets in the back, which I always like, and they aren't gonna roll up because they have that nice inseam on them. So I think I like these shorts. And the last thing she sent, because my kids are finally going to be going back to school next week, and I'm going to get to start going to the gym again, is that I need new workout clothes. So I did order some little skirts on Amazon because I wanted little workout skirts with like shorts underneath them, but I told them that I was looking for athletic wear, and they did send these basic black leggings. They look like a really high rise. They have pockets on both sides, so that is amazing. These are by Girlfriend Collective, and they're just like a regular, you know, tapered leg. And they are size large. So if these fit, I'll probably keep these. I know that Girlfriend Collective can be kind of expensive, but I can definitely feel that it's good quality. And honestly, the resale value is there too. So, you know, a lot of times if you buy something and it's cheap and it doesn't really have a resale value, then you're paying full price for it. But if you buy something and you wear it a few times, or you wear it a bunch, and then you can resell it to recoup some of your money, you're not technically like paying full price for it. So I always like to kind of look at investment pieces like that. If they have a good resale value, I know that someday I'll be able to get part of my money back for that, and so it kind of lessens the blow of having to pay for that quality item. So these are... let's see, what do they call these? The Girlfriend Collective high-rise pocket legging in black. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try on these items for you, and we'll see what I like and if I'm gonna keep anything Lily has. I just tried these on with the Girlfriend leggings. These are pretty high-rise. I mean, they're coming up to my belly button, and they do have the pockets, so yeah, I like these. I might try them out just like around the house for 20 minutes or something like that, just to see, you know, if they're comfortable, and make sure before I invest that this is a pair of leggings that I would like to keep. I do like, you know, how deep that pocket is. Like if you put your phone in there, it's not gonna fall out. So I do like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk how much all this stuff is, and what we're going to keep, what we're not going to keep. Let's see. So the Girlfriend Collective leggings, those are $78, size large. The 41 Hawthorne floral mock neck blouse, the Valencia mock neck blouse, that is $42. I just think that's so much to pay for a tank top. I don't know, especially like it's polyester. It's not even, you know, I mean. And then the 151 printed wide leg pants, those were $38, which honestly is a great price. I would pay more if they had pockets though. So, the Driftwood Cheryl embroidered frayed hem shorts, those are $68. Definitely will be keeping those. And the Paper Moon red and white polka dot tank top, that is $38. So if I'm going to keep anything else from this box, it will be the Girlfriend Collective leggings. I might just see if they're available secondhand, or maybe Girlfriend Collective has like a Labor Day sale going on right now. I don't know. So I do like the leggings, want to try and wear them around the house a little bit, just make sure. And then if I do like them, I'll either buy them full price from Stitch Fix because I won't get a discount because I'm not keeping everything, or I will go online and try and find them a little bit cheaper. But definitely keeping those Driftwood shorts now that they're in my possession, in my size, I'm definitely not sending them back. So that is my main keeper from this box, is this pair of shorts. Yes, it is September. No, I don't care. I really love these, so keeping that. And yeah, so if you like this video, if you like Stitch Fix unboxings or fashion or style or vintage clothing perchance, then you're in the right place. And if you want to hit the subscribe button, then I would love to see you around here. Make sure and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of my box. Let me know how your Stitch Fixes have been recently. I have been hearing some dirt about a mass stylist exodus, just because Stitch Fix is going through some restructuring, and they're changing it from work when you can to like on-call work when we tell you. So a lot of people didn't like that, and that might be why some long-term stylists are leaving. And then obviously you've got this new sort of like automation going with it, so some stuff going on over at Stitch Fix, and I definitely think it's hurting the clientele more than helping. I don't know, maybe they're seeing an increase in sales, especially with the new shop feature. Maybe people really like the preview and that's helping with sales. I don't really know, but what I do know is that the boxes really haven't felt special for some time now, and so we'll see how Stitch Fix progresses. But definitely excited about these shorts, and I hope that I will see you in my next video. And until then, have a great day.